Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's AJ Writes Crypto, and the market is going ballistic right now, and we have to talk about it. And in this video, I am going to show you 10, yes, 10 altcoin positions where you can set levels, you can set alarms, react to the market. Because if you missed out on any of the trades today, don't worry. I'm going to make sure that you don't miss the next trade. So first off, what has started these shenanigans? All right. Well, Bitcoin has gone past this. Bitcoin has actually already touched 66,000 already today. And the CPI, the core inflation at a 3-year low, long story short, this is really, really good for not just crypto, but the stock market. That is right. The stock market, this right here is the all-time high from earlier the year. And we are now above that. There is not, direct correlation is not causation, but there is some sort of connection between the stock market and crypto. All right. And I always like to look at the stock market to kind of get a feel for direction. And when this is happening with the stock market, of course, crypto is going to wake up a little bit. And what a perfect time for crypto to wake up. So really, the conversation shifts to the dollar, because a strong dollar is a weak market, and a weak, and vice versa, right? And the dollar was in this ascending, broadening channel, and recently, broke down out of that. But here's this big support resistance level right here. Multiple touches on this support resistance level. Another one right there. And this level is at 104.2. And the dollar is coming down to test this level. Let's hope if the dollar loses this level, it's probably going to be very good for the stock market, which has broken out of a descending, broadening channel. All right. So you can kind of see how they had opposite similar patterns and broke the other way, the dollar and the stock market. So what the conversation goes to, we still have not had any interest slashes this year. And, with the core inflation coming back to 3-year lows, we can start to have that conversation. There's a source on Twitter, shout out to my friend Caleb Frenton, saying that cuts aren't coming until December 24 at the soonest, and asset prices don't care. It's a bull market, fam. And I'm definitely going to smash the like on that tweet. So, he is saying that cuts probably aren't coming to December, but nevertheless, it is a bull run. And when cuts come, that is only going to add to the perfect storm. That is only going to, continue boosting the stock market and crypto collectively. So looking at Bitcoin, and then we will get into the 10 altcoins as promised. Bitcoin is very simple in this descending channel. All right. And not only that, here it is, the shoulder, the head, the shoulder, and here is the neckline. And just today, guess what? We broke above the neckline right at around 64.5. We have broke above the neckline. This is very good. From the current price, the top of the measured move from the inverse head and shoulders is around a 10.2% pump to around 72.6, which would bring us right below this little high right here. Not the all-time high, but the one below that, around 62.7, 62.6. All right. So hopefully Bitcoin, what has been the problem with Bitcoin lately has been the structure. All right. Structurally speaking, it is good on the 2-hour. Look like we're about to put in a bull cross in on the 2-hour. We've been putting in higher lows and lower lows and lower highs the whole way down. But now we can actually kind of start to have this conversation. Look, can we start structurally going this way? All right. So hopefully Bitcoin can break that structure. It has already broken out of this down channel, has broken through the neckline here. And hopefully this inverse head and shoulders pays off all the way for Bitcoin. All right. And also, the next stop is to get above this high here. And this level is at 67.3. Bitcoin gets above 67.3, it would have beat this previous high, which would structurally really help our case as well. So that is the next target I am looking at for Bitcoin. So, in terms of altcoins, right now on CoinGecko and the gainers and losers in the past 24 hours, there are 17 altcoins above over 10%. Some of the coins I'm about to talk about are these coins. Some of them are not these coins. But, when you see multiple coins, 17 coins that are up more than 10%, this is what you want to see. This is the volatility we need to make smart trades. The first chart I'm going to look at is Rweave. All right, Rweave has been moving between the two, the big two storage coins, Filecoin and Rweave. I have always sided with Rweave because its tokenomics are fantastic, where Filecoin's tokenomics are terrifying. So Rweave has had a nice really come up here, even since the beginning of May. 14 days later, we're talking about a 70% pump. I personally picked some Rweave up around 32. Glad I did that. It's at 45 now. But here's the thing. Rweave has been a big mover today. But here is the high that we need to beat. It's actually a little bit below this one here, but this is support resistance. And when we zoom in a little bit, you can see that Rweave is, fighting at this level. It looks like it did get shut down on this level. So maybe there are some quick, scalp ideas for Rweave, where the volume profile over here kind of wakes up around 43.7, the point of control all the way back down at 41. So definitely have a big alarm on Rweave at 46.59. 46.59 is that alarm you want to set on Rweave. That alarm goes off, we go long, and we get in basically the discovery mode. Other than that, we do kind of look at the volume profile. If we decide to scalp short, there is a little bit of bearish divergence pointing down on small time frames, but be aware of both levels. All right, be aware of both levels. Make sure you set these alarms, guys. When I give you these levels, go on your own chart, set these alarms, and react to the market. The best traders in the world are not guessing. There is no guesswork going on in top dollar crypto trading. The top professional traders are reacting to the market, and that is what I am trying to teach you to do right here, to properly react to the market. Next coin, Jasmy. I really like this coin. It has just fought its way inside the top 100 as we speak, and it's kind of stuck in this conditional range here between 0.16 and just a little bit over 2 cents right here. It has kind of fought down, has made its way up. Make sure you set this alarm at this 0205 level. This alarm goes off, we can start having this conversation to fight for these highs that it claimed before. From breaking this alarm, not from the current price, but from that alarm to the top of the high there would be 33.56%. Make sure you have that alarm on Jasmy at 0.0205. Moving on, whiff. Whiff has been a coin that I have been targeting time and time again. Why is that? Over here on Phemex, where I do all my trading on Phemex. If you want to sign up for Phemex, click the link down below in the description. Always target the coins that have the most volume. See right here, volume. You want to target the coins that have liquidity and that are volatile. Whiff right here, 15.85 million. Plenty of liquidity to trade whiff over on Phemex. Back to the chart here. So the 316 level, 316.5 has been the magnet level. It's similar to quant with 100. Every time quant goes below 100, it goes back to 100. Every time it goes to above 100, it goes back to 100. That is whiff, except with 316.5. Right now, whiff is at just about $3. All right, it has put in what I like here on this setup, has kind of this double bottom idea, except the market cipher kind of has diverged, a little bit of bullish divergence idea here from the bottom to where it is now. We're talking about an 8% pump in 2 days. We did call that one over on the Telegram group, but now the support resistance level that whiff has to break is 303.5. All right, we get above 303. Set that alarm. It's at $3 now. Gets above 303. We're looking to get back to that magnet. Back to 316 would be a 4.64% pump. And we do know that there is volume over here from the volume profile right there. So there's certainly a lot of really good scalp trades idea with I've been trading with non-stop. 7%, 12%, 20%, 8%, 9%. There is so much volatility on this coin. There's a lot of liquidity on Phemex. Make sure you sign up for Phemex if you haven't. This coin is certainly one to watch. The next coin I got to look at here is Algorand. Big shout out to Algorand. I have big news with Algorand, but I can't talk about it until tomorrow. What I will say is that this support resistance level right here around 18 cents, this was given to my Telegram group a couple days ago. That level has just been broken. It's at 18.19. Also, you see this big long downtrend here. Okay, it looks like it is. We have a green dot on the 12-hour on Market Cipher B. This is the 12-hour chart. We want to see Algorand break through this and get above 19.17. If Algorand gets above 19.17, it will have broken support resistance and this big downtrend line. In that event, there is a big support resistance at 22.05. All right, so we go from 1917 to 22.05. We're talking a 15% win here. 15%. Big alarm on Algorand at 18 cents in case it turns around. 1917 with a target at 22.05. Big shout out to the Algo fam. Very excited to go to the Cipher this summer in Barcelona. Very excited to meet everyone in the Algo fam. Make sure you come say hi. IMX, Immutable X. This one has certainly been one on my radar since all the way back here in 2023. Look at all this old chart graffiti TA in 2023. All right. And what did we have here? We had this head and shoulders here, all right, that basically played out almost all the way to the measured move over here. And this also formed this kind of triangle here that broke out. We did catch this breakout on the channel, because it was basically right when the channel started, or maybe I did. I definitely talked about this breakout. Maybe it was on Twitter, but this breakout was on my mind for sure. I caught this breakout. It was good for 495% in 137 days. Not bad at all. I did buy a bunch of IMX around 53, 55 cents. Still holding it now. But here we are on the daily. And what actually kind of freaks me out about this chart, although it has had momentum today, you know, smaller time frame stuff, it has been putting in higher lows. Very good to see that. But what does scare me is similar to this head and shoulders back here on IMX. We got a shoulder, a head, and you see my point. We do not want this formation to happen on IMX. So look, this right here would be the top of the shoulder. All right. And if IMX gets rejected there, that would be a head and shoulders. I'm not even going to get into the measured move, because this would be the neckline. It would be that big. All right. That would not, here, let's just figure it out. Let's just do the measured move. That would take us all the way down to negative. It would take IMX to 0. That's a very, okay, that's hilarious. So anyway, my point here is this alarm right here at $2.58. Set that alarm on IMX. If it goes past 258, we can kind of have the conversation of going back and fighting for this high, which would be a 44.7% move from the break of that other shoulder support resistance line. Once again, the alarm you want to set on IMX is $2.58. We have to talk about HBAR. It is in an ascending, broadening channel. All right. It's very simple on the daily. Zooming in to say the 2-hour chart, you can see a lot of support resistance levels here. We've been talking about in the Telegram group, have been able to get a couple scalp trades here and there with HBAR. But for the most part, this support resistance level here, it even kind of goes back in time. A lot of touches over here, big rejection right here. This level is at 11 cents, but 0.111. All right, 0.111. And as you can see on HBAR, rejected. But guess what? HBAR, this alarm has gone off on my phone in the past couple hours. HBAR is now above this level. So basically, if you were to go long just below, an inch below this level, this would be where you want to set your stop loss in case it comes up and comes back down. Or really, if it goes from here, which I think it has a really good chance of doing, the next target would be the top of this around 12.3. All right. So from where we are now, longing up, about a 9.8% move. I think it's very much in the cards, especially if Bitcoin keeps running, but obviously still have that alarm at 111 at 0.111 in case it turns back around. Big shout out to the HBAR Barians, and it's really good to see it finally break above this level after being rejected there so many times. The next one I want to look at is Ando. Ando is obviously has been on my radar big time, especially since this pretty sick come up that it had, February, March, April. In this pennant here, bull pennant here, and guess what? This alarm on my phone, we're looking at the daily chart. This alarm on my phone has gone off today. Other things I like about the daily, the MACD has curvature about to get over the signal line. The RSI has bounced above the 50 line. We got a green dot on Market Cipher B, all on the daily chart. I do want to say, just really fast here in this video, big shout out to sponsor of the channel, Market Cipher. Use the code Grogger15. Get rich or get wrecked, Grogger15 for 15% off on any subscription to Market Cipher. Indicator completely changed my life. They completely made this entire trading journey possible for me. The day I got Market Cipher, that week I won my next 8 trades back to back. It's a complete game changer. Big shout out to Crypto Face and the Flopping Groper, and make sure you use the code Grogger15 to get your 15% off discount on Market Cipher. Okay, so back to Ando here. This alarm finally went off. It looks like it's going to break out of this bullish pennant. Zooming in on the 2-hour, there it is, just got above that level. So now, as it's been putting in lower highs, it's also been putting, as it's been putting in lower lows consistently, since, April into May, it has also been putting in lower highs. I don't know why I mess that up sometimes, but so it's been putting in higher lows and lower highs, which creates the pennant that it's in. So what it needs to do now is break that structure by putting in a higher high, where the first one would be right here around 89.9, just about 90 cents. So if we broke out of the pennant to that is about a 6.67, 6.75% trade up to there. Certainly set a stop loss just under the bull pennant in case it falls back into it. But I think that this could be the breakout for Ando, and I'm looking to catch a 5 or 6% trade up to 90 cents. The next one is the graph. Y'all know that the graph is my largest private holding in all of crypto. There is a reason for that. A lot of that reason is the fact that it came up to 50 cents earlier in the year, and I've been accumulating more and more because now that 50 cent level is a target, which is about a 66.6, the devil's pump back to local highs for the graph. Just like HBAR. Just like HBAR, it is finally kind of trying to break through the support resistance level. This is probably the biggest SR level on the graph. You can see how many times it's been shut down. This level is at 30, so 0.307. Right now it's at 302. So it's very close to make sure you set that alarm at 0.037. That is the support resistance level the graph needs to break. Also, this SR level here at 32 needs to be broken as well. And then once we get above there, then we can start having the conversation of getting back to these other targets. Like got a big level here at 36, big level at 38, local high at 50. But obviously we want to make sure that we don't want to go long now and get shut back down. We want to break above these levels and go long from there. So certainly aggressive entry at 0.307, safer entry at 0.321. And if you're going to take the more aggressive entry, make sure you set a tighter stop loss. But if you go from that level to the first target at 36 cents, you're looking at about a 17% gain to 36 cents. Big shout out to the graph, and I really like that it held the 2023 high. It did wick below it, but for the most part, it held that 2023 high, which really made me bullish in the beginning of March. I did buy a bunch of graph between kind of 23, 24, 25 cents. A very good target for the graph. And I still think anytime you can buy the graph of 29, 30 cents, you are winning in the long run, especially with that local target at 50 cents. Floki, I really do like targeting meme coins, especially ones that have liquidity. So right here, this isn't exactly a pennant, but it did start putting in a lot of higher lows, which was really good to see that. This is the daily chart. From the low in April, it progressively put in higher lows, crawling up the hill to the time we are at now. So this isn't exactly like, a pennant. Like, I guess you could draw it like that, like the other chart. But what I was really kind of focusing on was this support resistance level that touched here, and rejected 2 times recently at 0.0205. Floki has finally, here, let's zoom into, say, like a 2-hour chart. You can see, how this level rejected perfectly. Floki finally broke above that level. So to certainly still keep that alarm set in case it goes back below it. But in the case where it bounces off of that and keeps going, and this is the breakout point from that support resistance level for Floki, we certainly want to see, this 0.26 level up here, and then local highs at up here at, where is this local high? 0.0031. The RSI looks pretty good. It is still pushing up, coming into the green on Market Cipher. I really hope that it can stay above, this 0.025 level. It has finally got above it and put in a higher high after being rejected multiple times. So from where we are now to the first target at a lot of zeros, 265 would be a 25.3% gain. And the second target up here at 0.031 would be a 47.25% gain for Floki. I feel like there's a lot of money to be made on the Floki chart. And the final chart I got for you today is no other than SUI, SUI. So this one had a very serious come up from, the October to the local top, 464% in 160 days. Absolutely crazy. What I do like about this chart is that, see the support resistance level here, touches here, and look where it wicked to, and look where it bounced from. We also kind of had this double bottom idea, but look at Market Cipher B. See how this is lower, where it double bottom there, clear-cut case of bullish divergence on a daily chart, and it just printed the green dot. I feel like there will be a lot of money to be made on SWE, but here's the thing. It bounced off of that 87-cent level, right? But this support resistance level at 1.012, this level has come into play in the past multiple times, from over here and even further back in the chart this way. It even flirted with that level a little bit right here. SWE SUI is still a little bit below that level. It's actually directly on that level. I'm talking like 100th, 200ths below this level. We get above 1012, and we are getting above the 50 EMA, and we can fight and reclaim the 200 EMA. I would feel very safe going long on SWE, even if you want to try to maybe play it a little safer and try to get above this little low here, or even play it safer than that and get above, this little value area high. I feel like, you're kind of missing out on your trades waiting for the safer entry. But even if you went from 105 and you long to, that high there, I mean, that right there is a 9.9% trade. So we're certainly looking for a clean break out of the 101 level. If you want to wait to go long after 105, you still have a 9.93% trade getting to 116. And then once we start crawling up the hill, I mean, there are a lot of targets for SWE because this thing went really hard in the paint. Even if it comes up here to that high, we're talking a 43% move to 144, almost 145. So there you go. Make sure, guys, everybody, that you set all those alarms, all those levels I just gave you. I just literally handed you money. I reached my hand through the screen on YouTube and put money in your hand. But you got to do the effort. You got to go the extra mile. Go on your charts, follow my charts, set those alarms, and react to the market. I'm about to put 4 or 5 other setups over on my Telegram. And these are all other charts that I'm targeting today. I couldn't give all 15 charts. I had to end this video somewhere, but I do have more alpha in the bag. I look at a lot of charts every day, and we have been winning so many trades over on the Telegram Alpha group. Last night, I gave, I think, 6 or 7 altcoins. I will read it straight off of the group because I posted the results. All right, so 5 out of the 6 altcoins ripped last night. Pepe was the one that we missed out of the 6 I gave. Phantom was up 8%, top to bottom 16%. Whiff was up 4%, top to bottom 19.5%. Floki up 10%, top to bottom 20. Render up 4%, top to bottom 8.3. And SWE at the time was up 9% and still climbing. And all these prices have gone up since I typed that message. The point is, when I say, like Floki's up 9.8, but top to bottom 20, that means it went up 20% and came back down. That kind of shows the scalp nature of this group, and that if you're really paying attention, you're going to make a lot more money with the scalp trades than you're going to be getting in the trade and holding it forever and ever. So there is certainly a lot of a scalp focus in this group, but it's also a really friendly group for beginners, for people that are trying to learn how to trade or not even into leverage trading and trying to optimize their long-term portfolios or anything like that. There's a lot of really good lessons to be learned here. So if you want to join the Telegram group, send me an email, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. Take your trading to the next level and join the Grogger Nation. Big shout out to my guys at Crypto Chips for making this Get Rich or Get Wrecked shirt that I'm wearing. Make sure you click all the links down below in the description. Smash the like button if you haven't already. I also want to know in the comments, what charts are you looking at right now? Would love to do some TA on what you guys are looking at. Always trying to find that next trade. My name's AJ Writes Crypto. Have a safe rest of your day. Get rich. Don't get wrecked. Peace out.